A long time ago, in a faraway land, not too different from our own, there was a man who decided to take a trip. He set out from Jerusalem, the place where God's presence dwelt, and walked along the dusty road leading to Jericho. It was midday, and the sun beat down on his back as he made his way over the hills. All of a sudden, out of the corner of his eye, he saw two men running towards him. At first they looked harmless, but then he noticed the wild look in their eyes and the weapons in their hands. Before he knew it, they were upon him, knocking him to the ground and stealing everything he had. They beat him and left him for dead, and then they disappeared over the hill. As the man lay there dying, he saw a shadow fall across him. At first he thought it was the two thieves, but instead it was a priest. The priest looked down at the man, then quickly looked away and walked past him without a word. Just when the man thought it couldn't get any worse, another man, a Levite, came by. The Levite stepped into the road and walked around the man, avoiding his outstretched hand. The man cried out, "Please help me," but the Levite just shook his head and crossed to the other side of the road to stay away from him. The man was all alone, left to die on the side of a dusty road. Then suddenly, over the hill came a man riding a donkey. He too paused and looked at the man lying in the road. But instead of turning away like the others, he got off his donkey and knelt beside the man. He took oil and cloth from his bag and began to pour the oil and bind up the man's wounds. Then he helped the man onto his donkey and carried him down the road. As the sun began to set, they came to an inn, and the Samaritan went inside to get the man some food and a place to rest. Before he left, he paid for the man's lodging and promised to return the next day to pay for more. And so the Samaritan went on his way, leaving the man to rest in peace. Some people might wonder who the real neighbor was in this story. The answer is clear. It was the one who showed mercy, who, despite being despised by many, stopped to help a hated enemy. May we all be like the Samaritan, always ready to lend a helping hand to those in need, for love knows no boundaries.